Welcome to the McKinley Hill Stadium for the Film Life Sevens Football League and the match at hand. We have a clash at the top. It is Ghana versus the Super Eagles, a rematch of the finals last season. I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix. And Ryan, what a game we have today.
It's a battle between the first seed and the second seed. It's a battle for placing, and both these teams assured of a top 2 finish. Importante sa kanila, sino maging first, sino maging second ngayon.
Let's take a look at the team standings, and as we mentioned, a clash at the top. Ghana and Super Eagles only separated by a goal difference, and because of the rules of this tournament, that means we're going to have a winner today and a new top seed, or possibly still the same one depending on how all the cards fall. So let's figure out how that happens. But let's take a look now at the tournament format. After this is the last day of the elimination round. We go to the knockout stages. It'll be 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so on and so forth, only in a knockout format in a way that all football fans love.
It's a battle for pride as well. Ghana FC trying to dethrone Super Eagles. Let's see who will be on top after this match.
Now let's take a look at the team lineups for Ghana. You have Rio Fuji, who will be very dangerous on the wings. He is full of activity and has been one of the workhorses for this Ghana side.
But for all the focus on the offensive players, I think we have to look at the defense. Both these teams allowing very few goals between them. Let's see how many goals they allow today.
Well, the Super Eagles, there are also a lot to watch out for. So let's take a quick look at their lineup as well. And you know what? It will be a titanic clash between these two clubs, Ryan. I can't wait to share it with you and all our viewers as well. So keep it here on 5+. Welcome to the McKinley Hill Stadium. It is a Film Life Sevens Football League and a clash between two of the finalists from last season. Ghana FC versus Super Eagles. Ghana FC in white and black, Super Eagles in green. You have two clubs who are at the top of the table as well. And the first shot goes to Ghana, and that goes wide. That is their number 10, David Acere.
It is a matchup between the top 2 seeds in this tournament so far versus number 1 versus number 2. And it's really a matter now of finding out who will be the top seed going to the knockout stages. And because both teams cannot finish lower than second.
Well, there's also a battle of pride because yun nga, these two teams are level in terms of points. A goal difference is the only thing that separates them. But since one team has to win and one team has to lose dito sa Sevens Football League, that means one of them will have separation in terms of actual points.
And if they are to meet once again in the final of this tournament, the winner of this game will have a big psychological edge. Na in the regular season, we have beaten you. So we can do it once again in the final should these two teams meet.
Just to make sure na hindi ka magugulat, ito yung rules namin dito sa Film Life Sevens Football League. And that was a close shot once again coming from the number 10, David Acere. Now we have 25 minutes per half dito sa Sevens Football League. You have to count yung amount of team fouls. Pagdating sa pang-anim na team foul, penalty situation from the halfway line, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper there, makes for great theater, something we all love to watch. Now, there is also a rule, kapag naka-yellow card ka, you are out of the game for 2 minutes. So, really think about the amount of fouls that is given in this game and the type of fouls as well. Kasi malaking bagay yun.
Of course, free-flowing subs for the Sevens game. Make it a very entertaining football day for all the fans involved, and especially for the players as well. They'd like to see goals scored as much as you like to watch them score.
And both teams showing that they're not afraid to shoot from range. That was Super Eagles' attempt from the right side, almost near the halfway line. And people are wondering, ba't ka tumitira from halfway? Well, it's a short field. You can actually reach the goal from there. And, well-placed shot, you never know.
But both these squads boasting impressive defensive records. coming into the match. Pareho silang 9 wins and 1 loss. Ang pagkakaiba lang last week, Ghana with an unblemished record losing to Delimondo. And Super Eagles taking advantage by winning their game kontra sa Matu. And they end up here after 10 games with 9 wins apiece. Pero sa 7th game, we have to have a winner. Today, there can be no draws.
Well, you look at this Ghana team, yung nga sabi mo, mga galing sila sa talo, they'll want to correct things here and get back on a winning trail kasi you don't want to go into the knockout stages off 2 straight losses.
That is absolutely correct. It's not good for the morale as well if you come off and go to the knockout stages on defeats.
Well, yung boy Fidel for the Super Eagles with a hard foul there, trying to stop the attack. Ball goes back to Ghana, all the way back to the keeper, unafraid to play that long ball. And very physical matchup we're going to see today. They're very familiar with each other, given the fact that these are the 2 top teams of the league.
And they are the matchup last year. This is the repeat of the finals matchup wherein the Super Eagles ang nanalo. And of course, Ghana with revenge in mind, they would want to win this year's edition.
Well, the referee says that it is a free kick after the keeper handled out of the restricted area. And well, to be fair to the keeper, medyo maliit yung restricted area niya. Chance here for the Super Eagles in a very dangerous position, pero napaka-compact yung Ghana in this case. Ball to the side, hits a defender, and the chance goes away for Super Eagles, or does it? Ghana having a hard time clearing that, will earn a throw-in for their troubles.
Well, I do expect a very, very hard-fought game today. I think both teams, as you said, familiar with each other, and they will cancel each other out. I think goals will be difficult to come by here. I think it's going to be a big, big chess match para sa manonood.
Super Eagles now back on the ball and afraid to play to the back as well. Only with 1 real center back. Everyone else attacking, and boy, that was a shot that really would have made a highlight reel had it gone in.
As you said, both teams trying their luck from long range, or as long range as is possible given itong field na medyo may kaliitan. Just to give you an idea of how small the field is, it's even shorter than the width of a normal football field.
Well, now Super Eagles will try to take advantage of that because as we've seen, at least from the way they lined up, don't be surprised if there's only 1 defender really sitting back and everyone else rushing forward trying to do some damage. And yung Ghana, well, wise to it. They've seen this team before, they've been beaten by them, and now they feel that they can take them on.
But this year will be a different story for Ghana because they will have revenge in their minds. Para sa Super Eagles, I think they saw an opportunity last week.
Well, number 19 of Super Eagles, so man on the ball right now, their captain, very physical in the way they tackle. So it'll be interesting to see how the strikers of Ghana adjust to it. As a quick turn and shot there from the number 10 of Ghana, David Desire.
Si Fidelis Nabuifemi, mention mo number 19. Funny that you mentioned him being a defender, a strong defender, because when you watched him in the UFL playing for Nomads, he was actually a very quick striker.
And a foul there, says the referee. Ghana will have a free kick. And, that at least based on watching some trainings of other teams, they actually have strikers play defenders because they know that strikers are actually the first line of defense. Well, dito in this scenario, Fidel Nwefe now the last man in the last line of defense.
And I think that it being a former striker now gives you a lot of insight on how they think.
Oh, and a foul there. a free kick, no yellow card given. And as you can see, already intense and already physical. These two teams are not shy of each other. Walang feeling period at all.
Diretso sabak sa aksyon na gan. And I think both teams keen to make a statement early on in that they want to dictate the tempo, they want to set the pace, they want to be the one leading in the front foot. And they want to send a message that we cannot be bullied and we are the stronger team. That's why you have strong challenges like that.
Free kick amounts to nothing as the Super Eagles will try to go the other way. Just look at the amount of challenges happening there, and that shot had to be saved there. Good positioning from the keeper, unable to hold it though. As I said, well, he's making himself a nuisance.
Ghana have conceded 15 goals in 10 games. If that is impressive, you look at Super Eagles conceding only 11 goals in 10 games. That's just over a goal a game. And in the 7th game, that is a very, very little amount of goals conceded.
Well, the Super Eagles going the other way, unable to get the man forward, and a stinging hit there forces a diving save from the Super Eagles keeper. Ghana in the ascendancy here. They have manufactured the more dangerous shots. Pero yun nga, the Super Eagles, defending champions for a reason. Don't count them out yet. Now on the break, talking about the Super Eagles. Quite a few even numbers there. They win a corner. Short corner goes nowhere, but it is the Super Eagles back on the ball. Back to the big keeper, Abu Ibrahim. Long ball amounts to nothing but a Ghana throw in. Well, napakabilis ang pace of play of these two teams, and it's not really surprising, is it, Ryan?
And look, you can say the same thing about both these teams as well, not just Ghana.
And a foul there of a meaty challenge. And a little high five there saying that, hey, you know what, sorry, it's part of the game. I'm not happy for your pain, but things had to be done.
Laro lang to. Walang personalan. As you expect, the level of play is very, very high. And I really feel that if a goal comes, it will be a very hard-earned goal.
And not only that, it will amp up the pressure on the team that conceded, encouraging them to really stream forward. Wala nang conservative play. Kailangan atake, atake, atake. Oh, and here's a shot straight at goal, but straight at the keeper.
And you feel the goal from way out there will not be enough to reach the defense.
Well, if you watch the Super Eagles and Ghana, they normally carve up the defenders of the opposing team. Pero yun nga, because of the high quality of play here, you were having a lot of shots from outside.
That is because that is the only chance or opportunity given to them. Yun lang ang window, and that's what they are taking. Such is a testament to the defense, stellar defense ng dalawang koponan.
Ball in, goes nowhere. It will be a goal kick. Lofted goal kick, goes straight outside, and Rio Fuji trying to give chase and make life a bit difficult, but in the process leaves his wing open. Well, and the number 6 of the Super Eagles, Stanley, with a speculative effort. Super Eagles trying to go to work on that left side. Stanley has been active in the past few possessions. And yun nga, sinasabi mo nga kanina, Ryan, before the game even kicked off, you're very curious as to Rio Fuji's involvement in a team called Ghana, who possibly is not from Ghana, at least, well, we're sure ethnicity-wise, but then, malay mo, could have been part of their community for a very long time.
But one thing I can be sure of is that this guy, number 15, na si Rio, is an integral part of this Ghana team. He has been instrumental in many attacks, not just in this game, but in previous games of the White Shirts.
Well, and there he is right now on the ball, Rio Fuji, trying to play a little 1-2, finds David Acere. Acere holding off two defenders, gets a cross in, and that's a tough cross, but unable to convert. Talking about his strike partner, Rio Fuji now back on the ball, finds Acere. He has time, finds Rio Fuji, who misses everything.
That was a good piece of play from Ghana. The delay in the delivery of the pass, resulting in almost a chance for Rio had he had a touch on the ball.
Fidel Mbuefe gives it off there to the right side as the Super Eagles trying to find some width now. Now, right now, I don't think may masasabi kang may team na nag-dominate talaga. Really back and forth action between these two teams. Pero yung Ghana, sila yung may mga chances so far that really cost the Super Eagles to worry.
And Ghana trying to hit on the quick counters. Super Eagles having a little bit more possession, I feel. But both teams eventually unable to break the deadlock. A strong challenge needed from the Ghana defense because there was a green shirt lurking.
Well, still 0-0. 10 minutes left to play in the half as the ball hits the keeper inadvertently. Keepers, your best friend or your worst enemies? Sorry, referees rather.
And that time around, no damage done, but had it resulted in a Ghana attack, I think the green shirts would not be very happy.
Well, it's not like you can't see the referee. He's in bright pink. So
He couldn't get out of the way fast enough to referee natin.
oh, and that shot wasn't too far away, just skimming over the bar for the Super Eagles.
You know what? The scoreline may be 0-0, but I think the level of play between these two sides is really living up to its reputation. You come into this game, you see the rankings, ranked number 1, ranked number 2, and you expect a high-quality game. And so far, we're getting high-quality games, a game from these two sides.
Well, yung Super Eagles and yung Ghana, they feel like artillery gunners right now, trying to figure out the right trajectory. There have been booming long-range shots. So let's see which one comes up first.
Just seems like the Super Eagles, the green shirts, have a bit more control of the possession game so far. And there was one tweet I read not too long ago saying that we should not read too much into these statistics we see in terms of possession, in terms of number of passes. Because end of the day, the modern game now is not really about possession, really about scoring and creating chances to score.
And that was a chance to score for Ghana that goes for naught. As you mentioned nga, Ryan, possession's not everything. Barcelona fans will remember very well what Chelsea did to them a few years ago with a certain Fernando Torres making them pay. They had all the possession in the world, and yet who advanced?
Well, I mean, it's not easy to watch if you are just waiting and trying to hit on the counter. But at the end of the day, some people will argue it's results business. And if you get a result by playing negative or playing anti-possession, in the end of the day, that's what matters.
Well, these two teams are not playing any negative football. Both of them are really going for it, attacking and attacking and attacking. Ghana and Super Eagles testing the range from distance, and you have to feel na as soon as they can cut up the defense, even for just a few seconds, they will try and really challenge the keeper from close range. As here, a quick attack on the left side for the Super Eagles. Just too much of a touch. Goes out for a goal kick.
And just to touch on what you said, yung both teams just trying to go for it. I think the rules here in the sevens actually help to promote that fact, because once you eliminate the chance of having a draw and you just have to have a win or a loss in each game, I think it now encourages you to go out of your shell more. If, for example, draws are allowed here, I think some teams might settle for draw against the bigger teams.
David Acere there. Whoa, and that hits the post. And that almost sneaked in. The keeper may have gotten a touch to it, but not strong enough. And the defender may have inadvertently made it a bit more difficult for him. High ball dealt well with by the Super Eagles. Strong body up front. Still, Ghana gets the ball back. Rio Fuji now playing both sides of the wing. Now on the left side. A while ago we saw him on the right, and Ghana calling for a handball, but the referee says nope, just a corner.
Being very active, number 15 as Rio Fuji has not had any rest so far in the first half.
Well, just watching him, napapagod na rin ako eh, because he is playing both wings. Right now, he is on the right side.
Hindi lang yun, tumutulong
of the
siya sa depensa, tumutulong din sa opensa itong si Rio.
And looks like the Super Eagles will get the ball back after an infringement. Super Eagles now back on the ball. Still 0-0 here, but not for want of trying. Opospal del Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix in the McKinley Hill Stadium. This is the Film Life Sevens Football League. We're watching a rematch of the finalists of last season, Ghana and Super Eagles. And the Super Eagles now calling for time right before a free kick in a dangerous area. So, Ryan, here we have a timeout in a set-piece situation. Or at least they're trying to call a timeout. Let's see whether or not the referees will allow it. Or looking for a clarification at the very least. But Ryan, we have been covering the Sevens Football League since the start of the season. And now that we have the two top teams here, do you feel that there is a bit of a gulf in yung class between these two clubs and the rest of the field?
Well, that is evident in the action we're seeing in the first half so far. You talk about a gulf in class, maybe not that big, but you do see the cream rising to the top, and so far, Ghana and Super Eagles are notch above the rest. The third place team, Bohemian, are no slouches either. Kanya lang, you can see the level of these two clubs, and I really cannot imagine a lot of other teams catching up to the level of these two teams, and it wouldn't surprise me if both these teams end up playing in the final.
Well, here we have the Super Eagles who called a timeout right before a free kick. Let's see whether or not they come up with something special here, or whether or not they just want to reorganize right when they come back.
You do see in the 11th game na merong isang set piece, and I'm sure coaches would love to have a timeout just for that, just to give instructions on who goes where. And in the 7th game, I think meron silang pagkakataon. Let's see if the green shirts can take advantage of the timeout off before a set piece.
Well, if you see something a bit more intricate, like a couple of dummy passes or a couple of feints amongst the runners, well, that will be exactly what they drew up with, they'll say, if it results in a goal. Super Eagles now on the ball, still 0-0 here. Go straight for goal. Looks like they're not coming up with anything special.
So much for giving instructions regarding the set piece during the timeout.
Now, instead, it looks like they use the opportunity to reorganize. Super Eagles, another foul here. Now, remember, we are counting the amount of fouls, and Ghana now has 4 fouls against them, but there's 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half. That foul count will reset sa second half natin. Shot doesn't get past the first defender who just threw his body on that. Talking about Ghana's number 14, James Ankra. Ghana pressing high. Ryu Fuji almost getting that away. Ghana, their keeper just screamed, no foul, no foul. Ang ka-importante yung foul count dito. Couple more fouls could spell the difference. Super Eagles now with the shot, blocked by the defender. Now trying to run the other way, talking about Ghana. Super Eagles have been on the ascendancy here, but then as I say, the David Asere forces a save from the keeper. Ryo Fuji just misses everything. And you know what? The Ghana players are saying that the referee ran the wrong way trying to avoid the ball. Didn't see the oncoming Ryo Fuji. And maybe that's what threw him off. Lucky break there for the Super Eagles.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, no? Equally as important is the referee in a field where 7 men from each team are trying to score the ball. The referee's role is important.
Oh, and the Super Eagles had a chance there to turn in the shot. Doesn't go anywhere though. Ebere Ogochukwu doesn't get that to go.
Super Eagles with a super shot. But back to the point where the referee will run while he's trying to avoid the other players.
And the defender for the Super Eagles almost takes out one of our cameramen.
I think ito yung cameraman natin, alam mo, they have been our unsung heroes sa coverage natin, Paolo. And I think he got a taste of what it's like to play in the Sevens League.
Pero you know what, matibay din yung cameraman natin. Ha? I mean, hindi siya gumalaw. Natamaan siya. Pero parang walang nangyari.
Hindi man na siya nag-flinch, no?
0-0 after 25 minutes of intense action. But you know what? Great opportunities from both Super Eagles and Ghana. We'll be right back with a rematch of last year's finals right here on 5+.
Here are your Philam Life Sevens Football League top 5 goals. At number 5.
Good layoff there from the Black Stars. And another one, and an opener. Emmanuel Embata makes it 1-0 after 12 minutes of action here in the first half. 1-0 Ghana.
At number 4.
The striker going all the way, picking her options. Lays off. Cabalan, here's a chance. What a pass, and there's the opening goal. Bohemian SC go ahead after 10 minutes. What a wonderful piece of teamwork from the guys in all black. Mary Frost scores the opener.
At number 3.
Because Margazes is slipping. Ball inside. Will they score? And they do! Another goal for Ghana FC.
Well, you see Ghana there. After they pulled their second goal, they piled on the pressure. They continued to push Laro FC.
At number 2.
Here comes Odawara. Odawara taking his spot. Scores for Telemundo Laro FC.
Composed finish there from Odawara, and that is why he helped them get back into the game with his 2 goals in the second half.
And your number 1 goal.
Here comes Odawara, and a goal! What an equalizer from Takashi Odawara. Game on!
Spectacular finish there from Odawara. You see why he's one of the lead guys for Telemundo Laro. Resilient effort here for Telemundo, and we're tied at 4-all.
Never miss another electrifying goal. Watch Philam Life Sevens Football League Fridays at 7 p.m. only on 5+.
Welcome back to McKinley Hill Stadium. You're still watching the Film Life 7's Football League. I'm Pablo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix. This is a rematch of last year's finals at the end of the elimination round. This is Super Eagles versus Ghana FC. Ghana in white and Super Eagles in green. So far, 0-0 between these two teams. Pero Ryan, hindi natin masasabi that may isang team na may advantage.
Nothing separating these two squads. And coming into the game, we talk about the level of quality that these two teams have and expected a lot from these two clubs. And so far in the first 25 minutes, they have not disappointed, living up to the billing of the top seed coming up against the second seed. And this will be a matchup, a potential finals matchup.
Well, these two teams even so far in terms of points, 27 points each. And goal difference, the only thing separating them. Pero dito sa 7's Football League, walang draw, walang tabla. So that means that there will be a winner here today and one team will end up in first place.
So far, both teams with 9 wins and a loss. At yung deadlock na yan ay mabibreak after this game.
And that is the first foul of the half, and the reason why we mention yung mga fouls dito is because when you reach 6 fouls, you will concede a penalty, and not just a regular penalty that you're used to seeing sa 11-side game. You're going to see that hockey-style penalty wherein you're going to have a player one-on-one against a keeper. You're going to start from halfway line, and then you're going to dribble it and try to score against the keeper. But that'll only happen when you reach 6, and the first one is against Ghana.
And in a battle of two top teams, any team who can get an advantage will try to take it and use it. Let's keep an eye out on that foul count, because as the game goes along and goes to its latter stages, I can tell you na mas magiging physical ang larong ito as both teams try to go for the 3 points.
Corner opportunity for Ghana. Ghana is the team that lost in that finals meeting last season. But Super Eagles, they want to show that, hey, we're still the dominant team here, dito sa 7's Football League. And it feels like it's almost a series between these two clubs. Ghana just dribbles the ball out, but they say the Super Eagles were the team that touched it last. So sabi ng referee, it is a throw-in for the white shirts. 25 minutes per half, and we are still very early on in the second with a little over 3 minutes played. Cross doesn't find anyone in particular as Super Eagles will have a goal kick.
As we mentioned in the first half, both teams are very stingy in terms of the goals that they allow. Ghana allowed 15 goals so far in this tournament. And if you think that's an impressive number, wait till the Super Eagles, they allowed 11.
Oh, and Super Eagles have a great chance here. Great footwork on the left side coming from Stanley. Just drags his shot wide left.
And you really feel that it will take something very special for them to score, for each of these teams to score.
Super Eagles, a bit of a slower pace to start out dito yung sa second half natin, and not a big surprise kasi grabe yung takbuhan sa first half. Unable to find Rio Fuji in the middle, the captain, and well, he's a center. He played center back throughout the game so far. Tried to run forward, but is dispossessed. Rio Fuji taking on the Super Eagles winger.
And fitness will be key for these two players of these two clubs. Given the very high level of play we're seeing, can you keep this up for the whole 50 minutes?
Physical play here. The referee says that no foul there. It was just jockeying for the ball. But of course, the referee still has to check on what happened there. Maybe an inadvertent arm or an elbow, says the Ghana defender. That is Prince Boadu, who says that he was hurt. Ghana back on the ball, trying to move forward. Ryofuji finds his teammate on the right side, unable to control that well though, and is forced to win a throw-in deep in their territory. David Asere gives it back to the winger. Speculative cross goes nowhere, and it is a Ghana throw, says the referee. May have touched a Super Eagles boot. Oh, and Super Eagles now have the chance to push forward here. And it wouldn't surprise me to see a stalemate between these two teams, at least the way things are going now. And should that happen, there will be extra time of 5 minutes with a golden goal. And beyond that, there means there will be a sudden death penalty shootout from halfway. On a corner there for the Super Eagles after the shot was deflected by the defenders of Ghana.
If you see two boxers, heavyweight boxers, going at it and trading blow by blow, I think this is what we're seeing here unfold before our eyes. It's just two titanic teams trying their best to outdo the other.
Ball in. Well, could have been threatening, but they say it's just a goal kick for Ghana. Oh no, rather a throw in for Super Eagles. Now it's a goal kick. What do you think will be the difference between these two clubs, Ryan?
Well, it's not going to be very big. I can tell you now, Paolo. The minutest of details, the minutest of advantages that both these teams can get will be key to separate these two clubs. Because as it is right now, really nothing to separate. We're talking about this in the halftime break. Kung ano ang team na may konting advantage, and we can't come up with a team that really showed that they at least had an advantage in the first half. So second half, much of the same. And I really feel either it's going to be a goal of extreme quality or a very cheap goal.
Oh, and a little pullback there. And again, the foul count is still not poor, still not getting as high as you'd think, with so far one team foul each. Kung naka 16 fouls, so that will be a different case, but still a lot of football to be played. Just in our 34th minute. Out of 50, so anything can happen. And sa mga nagtatanong, what are these teams playing for right now, since they are in the top 1 and top 2, and even in number you're playing for the top spot. But apart from that, it feels like they're also playing for a lot of pride based on how they started the game. They all wanted to just go at each other.
Pride, you've got bragging rights, you've got psychological advantage should they meet again further down in the playoffs. Again, 12 teams in the league. Top 8 go through a playoff system. 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so forth. So top seeded team, whether it's going to be Ghana or Super Eagles, conceivably, mas madali ang magiging kalaban nila in the 8th seed, whoever that may be as well, because everything still to play for in this final day of the regular season.
Well, match day 11, we've been treated to a lot of great football action here at the McKinley Hill Stadium. And you know what? It's not done yet. So you can check the McKinley So you can check rather the Film Live 7's Football League social media pages to check out when the next time they will be here at McKinley Hill Stadium. There's a lot of great football to watch. You have women's football, youth football, and a whole lot of other things to enjoy here in Taguig.
And as things get heat up in the latter stages of this tournament, expect a lot more people to come in and catch the games. And I think you will not be disappointed.
15 minutes left to play here in regulation. And teams are not necessarily throwing all the bodies that they could in the offensive end.
It's a cliche, Paolo, when you say that teams cancel each other out. But I think if you watch this game, that's...
Oh, and as you say that, Ryan, fantastic turn and shot results in our opening goal. The Super Eagles take the lead. Thank you to Ebere Oguchukwu.
And for all the intricacies na ginagawa natin in ng Dalawang Koponan in the first half, it was a direct route that led to the goal by Super Eagles.
Well, what a way to open the scoring here, as the Super Eagles, the defending champs, showing their quality, and it was a powerful turn and hit, and here's a chance to double up their lead. Goes straight to the keeper. You can see the excitement on the bench of the Super Eagles. They really wanted that second goal. But Ghana pressing forward, and a high boot, says the referee, in favor of the Super Eagles. Ghana have to watch their foul count. It's slowly creeping up.
That's the third foul, I think. Is it?
Super Eagles now moving the ball from side to side. Ghana does well to shepherd the ball out. And again, slimmest of margins, Ryan. You wouldn't put it beyond Ghana to find the equalizer soon.
Especially if they hit the notch again and try to score themselves. Ghana, of course, will not take this sitting down. They still have a lot of pride, and they have a lot of time left. And I think that they will feel very hard done by their defeat last week contra sa Delimondo. They had the advantage of going through the regular season undefeated.
Super Eagles in the attack again are not able to find the right target, as Ghana get a throw in and a goal kick rather, and play it really quickly. Ball wide left and back to the center back para sa Ghana FC. Trying to attack. David Acere has been the most dangerous man for Ghana, trying to work now on the right side of the wing, but is stopped. And that is the fourth foul of Ghana FC. 2 more, and then it will result in a penalty.
That is compounding their misery. Ghana, aside from having to overhaul a 1-goal deficit, they have to keep an eye out on their foul count. As you said, 4 na ang fouls nila, and isa pa, they will be in the penalty. And I think that's a good reference as well for basketball people who are watching the game. Na pagdating ng after ng 5 fouls, penalty na.
Ghana will get the throw in here. They have to be careful and make sure that hindi sila mapikon, talking about the boys in white. Because, well, being in the penalty situation could change the game for them. They won't be able to defend as much as they want to, at least with all the force that they want to.
Nawawala ng konti ang aggression, no? You're saying if you're forced now to avoid fouls.
Super Eagles back on the attack. Great defending from Ghana. Strong tackle only on the ball, says the referee. They reset, talking about Ghana. And just trying to sort out his feet. ball forward. Only finds a Super Eagle. And just look how quickly they try to make up for their mistakes as soon as they make a bad pass. Ghana, you can tell that their energy levels are a bit higher right now. They know that they are up against it. But Super Eagles with a good clearance there.
Trademark of good teams as well is that when you do have the lead, you know how to protect it and you know how to defend it. And make no mistake, Super Eagles are a good team. Is that a foul?
No, the referee says that possibly it's just a throw in. Super Eagles looking for something more than that, but I didn't hear any whistle. And it goes to show that it's still Ghana ball and the foul count did not go higher.
And goes to show as well, Paolo, that both these teams are very aware of the foul count situation in such that they try to take advantage of potential fouls that can or cannot be called against you.
And that shot from Ghana goes high and wide. And yun nga, because of the importance of fouling dito sa 7th Football League, don't be surprised if you have a couple of players here who would sell more than they should. Super Eagles trying to save that ball. The referee says he does, and a great move there to save possession. Chance here for Super Eagles once again, but Ghana throws bodies at the shot.
Very quick feet that time around from the Super Eagles number 25.
So Ghana FC chasing Super Eagles 1-0 down, and a foul against the Super Eagles. Oh, a foul against Ghana,
How is that a
rather.
foul against Ghana, Paolo?
Well, he could have... The referee may have interpreted that as backing into the jumper. But, again, it's based on interpretation there.
I was under the impression that Rio was trying to shield the ball. I think may konting extra motion yata na, because number 33 na si Femi ng Super Eagles is on the ground. And now, Ghana with 5 fouls.
One more foul from Ghana means a penalty situation. And now Ghana streaming the other way. They don't have the numbers. They go straight for the shot, talking about their number 5, and it amounts to nothing. Ghana pushing forward now. Turn and a shot. Doesn't go anywhere. Great defending there from the Super Eagles. Preserves their clean sheet.
But for how long can the Super Eagles hold off this determined Ghana attack? Seems like the White Shirts are really hell-bent on trying to score one.
Telegraphed throw in there, but Ghana get the ball back immediately. Now playing from the back, they don't mind doing that. And Super Eagles now have the opportunity on the break. Can they double up their lead? And they do not.
Such is the speed of the ball that we're not too sure. It's not, Paolo.
A goal kick.
Na-excite tayo masyado ron.
And it hits a side netting from where we were sitting that hit the back of the net. But referee says, no, it did not. And to be fair, even some of the Super Eagles started celebrating as well.
And the fans beside us as well, napatayo na rin. But you just see the level of play and the level of intensity from both sides just increase that little bit as we enter the last few stages of this game.
Last 5 minutes of this ball game. Super Eagles with a precarious 1-0 lead and a goal kick.
The Ghana players just wanting to up the tempo, and Super Eagles have responded in kind.
Again, it'll be tough for Ghana to defend given the fact that they are down in terms of the foul advantage. One more foul from them results in a penalty.
Just the first foul from the Super Eagles in the second half. Second foul. I will correct myself.
Ghana now have the chance from this set piece. What can they do? Straight to the wall. Ghana still have possession here though. And the ball goes harmlessly out for a goal kick.
And you really have to watch it live just to see how fast the players move off the ball.
And Ghana just crowded out the Super Eagles striker. Here's a chance there for Rio Fuji. Had he had any contact on it, that could have well been a goal.
Good idea from the Ghana players. Ball crossing from the left side, and Rio has been a thorn to the Super Eagles defense, but not quite able to get a touch. That's the second time around. First chance was in the first half.
Ghana now with a chance here on the left side. Goes straight for goal. Blocked there by the defender. Little 1-2 and a strong tackle there. Referee says he just got the ball. Again, you can't say that these guys don't have any commitment, because that was a crunching tackle. Keeper holds on to the ball.
Full commitment, and he had to get it right there because hindi lang sila over the penalty, but that could have been a card if he had not gotten it correctly.
Oh, Ghana must have thought that, you know what, if it was going to be if he missed the tackle, it would have well been a goal anyway. Long range shot amounts to nothing. Talking about the Super Eagles now, it will be interesting to see whether or not they manage the clock here. Time running out, and they only have a 1-0 lead. And Ditos of Sevens football, 1-0 leads are not safe at all.
But this has got to be one of the more entertaining 1-0s I've been seeing here.
Ghana now on attack. Rio Fuji tries to send it in, finds no one though, and the referee says it's Super Eagles ball. And now we are going to see how Super Eagles just take their time, saying, "Where's the ball boy?" and look for it, with us taking as much time as possible. Ghana now have the chance here. Oh, and a high
foul.
boot there, just trying to turn around and get his foot on the other side before they could even make contact to control. Now it's Ghana's number 5, Solomon Tete. He is on the ball, and the set pieces of Ghana have yet to bear any fruit.
Oh, but now they do, Paolo.
But the referee says that he didn't even blow the whistle yet.
So much drama we're seeing here. And I thought Ghana, with trying to be smart, that was a chance now for Ghana to equalize, but let's see if they can capitalize the second time around.
So still the same man on the ball. He was already running out and celebrating. Referee says, okay, wait for the whistle. Now the whistle's blown. Not the same result.
They do have a corner.
Boy, that was a crucial turn of events there. With time running out, less than a minute left to play, and Ghana looks like they are going into the second straight defeat, Ditos of Sevens Football League. But is there another twist in the cards? Last few seconds and a throw in. No, Super Eagles get the ball back. Now in the Ghana half, and Ryan, again, entertaining exchange between these two top clubs.
I can say that the pre-match hype lived up to its billing.
Oh, and Rio Fuji almost equalized at the death there. The keeper had to get down. Chance again for Ghana. Last gasp effort. No cleared out for the header. Now beyond the 50 minutes. Super Eagles now on the ball, moving forward. This could be the last attack.
Oh.
And there it is, the second goal that puts the result beyond doubt. 2-0 in favor of the Super Eagles. In the last kick of the game, the referee actually had the whistle to his mouth already, and here we are, Super Eagles 2-0 up against their rivals Ghana.
That's icing on the cake now, Paolo. I think the Super Eagles will feel that they deserve the victory. I think for Ghana, 2-0 may be a bit harsh on them, given that they really tried to score, and this might be a chance now for the Super Eagles as well.
And there you have it, the final whistle, 2-0 for the Super Eagles in a rematch of last year's finals. They end the elimination round at top spot.
Well, it's a match that was built top seed versus second seed, and so far the game did not disappoint. I feel that we're gonna see a lot more of these two teams in the playoffs.
Well, the playoffs will be coming soon. Make sure you check out the Film Life 7's Football League social media pages to find out when they are. And once again, it's been great calling the game for you here on 5+. My name is Paul De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix. We'll see you again next time.